Hi students, welcome back. Let's continue with this theory of computation. We are discussing about the basic terminologies. That is the basic definitions that we are going to use in this theory of computations. Now let's discuss about the languages. Okay. So actually here the language is nothing but it's a finite set. It is a finite set of non-empty strings. Non-empty strings. So you have to remember that if it is empty string, it is nothing expressible. Means it is an epsilon. Nothing is there. Language means there is something should be there. Okay. So at least a character itself you call it as a language also. A character, single character or a symbol or an alphabet, anything you call it as a language. But it should be remembered that a finite set. It should be a finite set of non-empty string. Empty string. There should be something. If something is there, then you call it as a language, right? So if sigma is an alphabet, let us take if sigma is an alphabet and that is L. L is a language, right? L is a language superset of clean closure. Okay, it's a clean closure. Then L is a language. So let me explain one example so that you will understand what exactly the language is. Example. Let's take the set of legal English words. The set of legal English words. You call it as a language. Right? And the set of legal C programs also. The set of legal C programs is also you call it as a language. Not only the C, C++, whatever the language. It's a set of legal programs you call it as a language. And the set of string. Let me take the set of string consisting of n zeros. Let us take n zeros followed by n ones. So let me take something, means I have taken, it's a finite set of non-empty string. So I have taken epsilon 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, so on. So it's a set of strings consisting of n zeros followed by n ones, means it is following some legal rule. It's a legal rule. So then that you call it as a languages. Okay. So it is a finite set of non-empty string. So let me take some operations on languages. Different operations on languages. Operations on languages, right? Let me tell you. The first operation, let us take complementation. First operation is we are performing on languages complementation. So I know you I know you know about the complementation. What is this complementation? Let take L be a language, right? Over an alphabet sigma. So by using some alphabet sigma, we are constructing one language. Let take L be a language over an alphabet sigma. Then the complementation of L is denoted by L bar. So whenever you are seeing this type of symbol L bar, you call it as an complementation of language. So L bar is equal to clean closure minus L. Then you will get the complementation, right? So let me take another operation on language, that is a union. Union, it's nothing but combination of two languages. Let L1 and L2 or language over an alphabet sigma. Then the union of L1 and L2, it's denoted by, so what? It is denoted by L1 union L2. Okay. So this is for complementation and this is operation for union. So here it's a condition. L1 union L2 is X. So if you do these operation, you will get some some string. Okay, so that this x, for all x is in L1 or x is in L2. Okay, x such that x is in L1 or L2. So if you perform these operations, you will get one string. That string is in L1 or L2. Let me take another operation on a language. That is the third one. Let me take intersection. Intersection. Okay. So let L1 and L2 be languages over an alphabet sigma. Over an alphabet sigma. Then the intersection of L1 and L2 is denoted by, so it is denoted by L1 intersection, this is a symbol for intersection, L2 is, you will get x value. So this x is such that x is either in L1 or L2. It's all. And next operation, let me take the concatenation. So concatenation is both should be multiplied side by side. Let L1 and L2 be language. So you will get all these definition while I am writing this. Let L1 and L2 be language over an alphabet sigma. Then what is the concatenation? Then the concatenation of L1 and L2 is denoted by L1 dot L2. So this is for intersection and this is for concatenation. L1 dot L2 is, you will get one string W1 dot W2 where W1 is in L1 and W2 is in L2. So this is about the operation that is performing on language, that is a concatenation. So let me take another operation that is performed on language, that is a reversal. Reversal. Let L be a language over an alphabet sigma. Then the reversal of L is denoted by LR. This is language reversal. Is WR where such that W is in language. Next operation that is performed on language is clean closure. So I already discussed about this clean closure. Let me write. Let L be a language over an alphabet sigma. Then the clean closure of L is denoted by, what's the symbol of this? You already know, L star. Clean closure is, you'll get x for an integer, that's a condition, and greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so let me write the formula for this clean closure. If you take two languages, let me take the language x is equal to x1, x2, so on, xn. Okay, or in language L, and we take another language x1, x2, so on, xn, or in language L, such that L star is equal to union of, I am combining these two, union of I is equal to 0 to infinity, means from starting with the 0, okay, L power I. So the example for this is, let me take, if you take the A clean closure, it can be represented as epsilon, because clean closure means it should be included the epsilon, empty string, epsilon A, so like that. Okay, so let me take the another operation on language, that is a positive closure. The or you call it as a plus closure, positive closure. So in the positive closure, you have to exclude the epsilon. Let L be a language over an alphabet sigma, then the closure, okay, then the closure of L is denoted by L plus, okay. So is X such that for an integer, so here it should be excluded epsilon. So we have to take n greater than or equal to 1. Then x is equal to x1, x2, so on, xn, and x1, x2, so on, xn, or in language L. So the formula for this is, if we take positive closure on language L is equal to, it is, instead of writing 0, 0 means I 0 to infinity is for clean closure, and I is equal to 1 to infinity is the positive closure. Remember this is the main difference between the positive closure and the clean closure. Let me take the example. A plus means here you need to exclude the epsilon. So you have to start with A, so on. Okay. So these are all the different operations that are performing on the language. Thank you.